All praise to the Most High. How you sisters doing this Sabbath? Brothers, how are y'all doing? Good, good, good. All praises, all praises. There's a lot going on, Oh, shalom. Which camera am I looking at? This one? Shalom to the brothers and sisters online. Y'all stay in the spirit. Shalom to our enemies and our frenemies. Our frenemies are the brothers and sisters who are supposed to be our brothers and sisters, but they always speak evil and slander and lies. So we still say shalom to you as well. I found out that there was another secret meeting that I was in with another brother. I took a huge check for millions of dollars. I picked the color purple, and I'm like, where's this coming from? What's going on here? And then you see the idiots that believe, yeah. What the hell is going on here? This is the third secret meeting I've been in with somebody totally different. One day we're going to have to drop the hammer on these people. Just one day. Just one day. I heard that we bought a $2 million house in North Carolina. I heard it was your house because I said you had a nice house. People are stupid. Frenemies are stupid. Yeah, they did believe that. They're dumb as hell. Dumber than an ox and an ass.
Yeah, because they don't have no place of meeting. They don't understand. When you're trying to win a vision out, there was a lot of elite men who was there in that meeting, be able to win the vision to the nation of Israel. But they never been to no meeting. They're a bunch of bums. So they don't see things like that.
Woo! All right then. So today's topic, we're going to talk about when dreams become nightmares. When dreams become nightmares. I want to open up, Alicia, with the American dream. All right, let's read. Who's reading for me?
I got you.
All right, we're just going to read that top section right there. Yeah, just the top. See the first two paragraphs? That's what we're going to read.
Yes, sir.
Now, we're covering this because I know that some of us in here, I won't point any fingers, but some of us in here want that American dream. They get married looking for the white picket fence, the big house, the yard, the string of Peloponnese, and things like that. Nobody know what I'm talking about. So today we're going to cover the American dream. Read that.
This is from Wikipedia, The American Dream. The American Dream is a national ethos of the United States. The set of ideals, parentheses, democracy, rights, liberty, opportunity, and equality, in which freedom includes the opportunity for prosperity and success, as well as an upward social mobility for the family and children, achieved through hard work in a society with few barriers.
Now you see that? Achieved through hard work in a society with few barriers. We're going to show all that's a lie right there. You sisters, this American dream is a lie. Go ahead.
In the definition of the American Dream by James Truslow Adams in 1931, life should be better and richer and fuller for everyone, with opportunity for each according to ability or achievement, regardless of social class or circumstances of birth.
Really? Okay, go ahead.
The American Dream is rooted in the Declaration of Independence, which proclaims that all men are created equal, with the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Also, the U.S. Constitution promotes similar freedom in the preamble to secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity.
Well, all righty then. Officer Alicia, give me the book called The Columbia History of the World. Put that on the screen right there. Put it on the screen. All right, so we're going to go to this book here, The Columbia History of the World. Harper Row Publishers. It's also published by Duke University. Let's go inside the book to see if this American dream ties in. Blow it up bigger, Alicia. Read that for us.
The massive influx into America between 1830 and 1924 of some 35 million immigrants.
The 35 million immigrants are not Latinos. The 35 million immigrants are Caucasians, whether they come from Britain, France, Germany, Russia, Ireland, Scotland. That's the 35 million immigrants it's talking about. Go ahead.
The large majority of them, men and women in their 20s and 30s, attracted by the greater opportunities and higher wages America offers.
They said, hey, America has greater opportunity and higher wages. Let's go to America. Next page.
Like all industrializing countries, America needed large amounts of capital for economic growth and for the social overhead of an urban technological society.
They had large amounts of capital because they had years and years of free slave labor. Go ahead.
Immigration played some part in meeting this need.
Back to the immigration, the immigrants, the European immigrants. Go ahead.
Willy-nilly, European countries had to pay the costs of nurturing immigrants who, when ready to become productive members of society, left for America. In the 19th century, the subsidy this practice bestowed on the American economy amounted to at least $1,000 for each new settler.
So $1,000 was given to each new settler. Can somebody find out the equivalent of $1,000 back then from the 1700s to today? I'm just curious. I just thought about it. Just popped in my mind. Each immigrant got $1,000 just to come here.
Damn.
That's a lot of money for back then. You get land, you could make a house, get a house with this money, but they didn't do that for us. So far the American dream is a lot. Remember I said about hard work? They didn't come in and do no what hard work did they do to get the $1,000? Just show up and be white. Being Edomite, you got it right there. All right, that's what's going on. Somebody looking that up for me? You got it? Somebody got it for me? Okay, you read that?
$1,000 in 1700 is worth $63,470.49 today.
You see that? So that's what they got.
Damn.
That's what they got. And they can't give black people reparations. Wow. We don't have any money to give you reparations. We don't have any money. But we could give white folks some money. Mm-hmm. Well, all righty then. So far, that American dream is garbage. So the sisters, they come in and talking about, well, white folks did, and then white people tell us, why don't you pull yourself up by your bootstraps? Well, you stole our damn boots. How in the hell we gonna pull ourselves up? We ain't got no boots. The hell is this? All right, give me MLK. I want my buddy Martin Luther King and the money principle. Find me that video. Martin Luther King. Yeah, that's it right there. That's it, blow it big. Let's see what Martin Luther King had to say. Now, I know we give Martin Luther King a hard time sometimes, but the Lord had the spirit on him to do things that most did not have the courage to do. Play that.
Through an act of Congress, at the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
Well, all righty. All right. That's some good stuff right there. See, they don't teach us that in schools. They don't teach us that in school. They tell work hard and you can achieve the American dream. And then you get some you bourgeoisie blacks that make a little money, and then you snub your nose all up at the masses of the people that don't have what you got. You got some damn nerves. You got some damn nerve. Give me Micah 2:2.
The book of Micah,
Start at
chapter
1.
2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
And if you didn't know, this is talking about the so-called white man. Woe unto them that devise iniquity. Go ahead.
When the morning is light, they practice it.
When the morning is light, they practice the evil they thought about the night before. Go ahead.
Because it is in the power of their hand.
Why is it in the power of their hand? Because they conquered everybody. They conquered us and put us in slavery. Go ahead.
And they covet fields.
They covet fields. Listen good. They covet fields.
And take them by violence.
Who they take the lands that they've given away from? The so-called American Indians. In fact, they pushed the so-called Mexicans, which are the tribe of Issachar, out of Texas. They were in Nevada. Where else were they at?
Mexico, California.
California. Pushed them out and called them illegal aliens. And then some of you blacks got the nerve to stick your lip out and echo the same thing. You illegal aliens. Let's shut the hell up. This was their land. And they put the so-called Indians, the tribe of Gad and Reuben, on reservations. What are they reserving them for? Death. That's what they're doing. Now, I'm not talking about the $5 damn Indians either. I'm talking about the real Indians. And half of them look brown and black. The hell is this? I ain't saying some of them lost their color ain't Gad. They may have their bloodline in them, so I'll leave that alone. Lord knows. From there, read that again.
Verse 2. Micah 2, verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence.
How they take them by what?
By violence.
Oh, you thought the white man got all that land by voting. No, they took those fields by violence. Then once they took the land by violence, they opened the doors to Ireland, Scotland, France, Germany, Russia, Switzerland, and all those immigrants came over and got $1,000, which was 63,000. Was it 63?
63,749.
Yeah, that number. That was the equivalent that each immigrant got. And guess what? I'm pretty sure if the women came over here with no man, guess what they got? They got money too. The hell is this? Read that again.
And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house.
So they oppress a man and his house.
Even a man and his heritage.
Even a man and his heritage. Because now what do? They go, I'm going to start with the tribe of Gad. They go, oh, no, we're the American Indians. Whoa! And those is white folks. Running all those movies like back in the day, F Troop, and those is Italians with wigs. And they put, like what we call blackface, they did it with them. They put the white man, give him a little tan, and just go around with a damn feather in your head, like, and call yourself Pocahontas and Squanto. I remember that thing going on. We couldn't stand. We all wanted to be the cowboys. Not realizing the cowboys was the devil the Bible spoke of, to make sure that the so-called Indians never got back their land. That was their job. All right? From there, give me Isaiah 5 and 8.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 8. Woe unto them that join house to house.
Woe unto them that join house to house. Now, you saw it back, it would happen back during colonial times, but mainly today. They make sure people's houses is close together. Look at the average cities. The houses is close to each other. Read again.
Woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field.
That lay field to field. Go ahead.
Till there be no place that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth.
Because what they do, they put all our houses together, okay, all y'all grouped together, but then white man got all that real estate, that farmland to himself, and said there's no more room. There's too much people on the planet Earth. We gotta, what is it called? We gotta do population control. There's too many people. Well, what's all those big areas where we could build houses? No. That belongs to Chuck. All those millions of acres is Chuck. And Ned. And Biff, that's what they do. The hell is this? From there, give me the book on a black man's and black woman's favorite president. And I ain't talking about George Clinton. Give me President Lincoln. He freed the slaves. He freed the slaves. Yeah, right there. Read that.
President Lincoln's attitude towards slavery and emancipation, with a review of events before and since the Civil War.
Now, this was printed in 1914. Go inside the book. Blow that big. This is a quote from Lincoln. Read that whole section.
Yes, sir. My paramount object is to save the Union.
So his whole objective is to save the Union. Go ahead.
And not either to save or destroy slavery.
He says not either to save or destroy slavery. Go ahead.
If I could save the Union without freeing any slave, I would do it.
If I could save our Union without freeing any slave, I would do it. Read.
And if I could do it by freeing some and leaving others alone.
Wait, did you read the next section?
No, I just read the
No, I said read the whole section.
All right. If I could save the Union without freeing any slave, I would do it. If I could save it by freeing all the slaves, I would do it. And if I could do it by freeing some and leaving others alone, I would also do that.
So his whole motivation and objective was the Union. He did not have a love for black people at all. We were emancipated to save the Union. That was it. Had nothing to do with being in love with you Negroes. I know you got your kids going to school. Abraham Lincoln loved this. That's a lie. Stop telling your kids lies. Lies. Give me Ezekiel 35:5. He didn't give a damn about the slaves.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
And in case you didn't know it, the thou here, jump up to verse 2 so we know what he's talking about.
Ezekiel 35 verse 2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
Now let's find out who Mount Seir is real quick. Give me that precept. In Genesis 36, is it verse 8, somewhere around there?
Book of Genesis, chapter 36 and verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom.
Esau is Edom, and they dwelt in Mount Seir. Who is Esau? That's the so-called Caucasian race. That's who they are. That's who they...
Let me go to verse 9, Bishop.
Go ahead.
And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir.
Right. Hey, go to Deuteronomy 2:12. Just a little history about Mount Seir, in case somebody try to be smart and clever on the street.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 2 and verse 12. The Horims also dwelt in Seir before time, but the children of Esau succeeded them when they had destroyed them from before them, and dwelt in their stead, as Israel did unto the land of his possession, which the Lord gave unto them.
Right. Jump over to verse 22, same chapter.
Verse 22. As he did to the children of Esau, which dwelt in Seir, when he destroyed the Horims from before them, and they succeeded them, and dwelt in their stead even unto this day.
Right. So it's letting you the history is that the Horims dwelt there first, and the Edomites destroyed them and took Mount Seir. So when we go back to Ezekiel 35 and verse 2 again, now we know who he's talking about. The Edomites. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 35 and verse 2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
Now, so this is going into prophecy of what God's going to do to Caucasians. That's what it's talking about. You can't change it. You can't vote about it. It is what it is. Jump down to verse 5, please. And it's going to tell you how the Esau, Mount Seir, feels about us. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Because
Wait,
thou,
start at 4. I like 4.
verse 4. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
The cities of Esau shall be, in case you didn't know it, all of America are the cities of Esau. This whole place is going to be laid desolate and waste. We can't change it. You can't vote about it. Read.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
See, a lot of you like to wonder, why does the white man have a hatred? Where is it coming from? God's prophesying that they hate us. This is what the Bible has says, okay? And all your preachers, they either don't know and don't want to know what the Bible says. We see injustice after injustice, left and right, day after day on the media. And then we want to know why. And then there's always some dumb black Christian that goes, well, I forgive them for murdering my mama. I forgive them for murdering my son. I love them, you stupid idiots. Read it again.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
The Bible says they have a hatred against us. Even if they're nice to you today, brothers and sisters, God has said they have hatred. Like when they walk up to you, ever see white folk, they walk up to you, let's say you got something on your shirt. They will read everything on your shirt just to know a little bit about you. And they never met you. Going to a restaurant, they're reading everything. We were sitting down one day, I forgot where we was at. He saw the guy, Edomite saw the Israelite in Christ. He's at his table with his friends, Googling us. He comes up and goes, is this you guys? Is this y'all? Get the hell away from us. It was in Maryland? In Maryland. That's what they do. On your job. So how are you celebrating this holiday? It's not that they care about you. They want to know your business so they can pass it on to the next Edomite. That's how they do. Read that again.
Verse 5.
Who'd you vote for? None of your damn business. What do they say? The three things you don't talk about at work? Religion, politics, and sex.
Sex, yeah.
Who said sports? Oh, God, a millennial. Read that again.
Verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
The time that our iniquity had an end is when we was allegedly emancipated. We were supposedly set free, but then what they do? They created the Ku Klux Klan. Okay, but we thought our iniquity had an end. We started getting land and all that. They said, this will not do. We got to get rid of these nookers. Read.
Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood.
Yeah, Esau has not hated the shedding of our blood. They didn't hate that. They loved that. They relish in that. If you look at those old photos of hangings and lynchings, you see women and children smiling as they're pointing at us dying. They made postcards. You would think they'd be squeamish, women, oh no, I can't. Not white women. White women not like y'all. They lick their lips when they see blood. The hell is this? Go ahead.
Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
You see that? Since you have not hated blood, God says even blood shall pursue thee. Jump over to verse 15.
Verse 15. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate.
Because they took our land. That's what they did. God has prophesied Esau, Edom, would take the land. Go ahead.
So will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it. And they shall know that I am the Lord.
Can we look up Idumea? Because there may be new people here watching online. It didn't say Esau, brother. See, you lied. It says Idumea. You know Christians. They always think they got you. Look up Idumea for us. I-D-U-M-E-A. Yep. Let's put it up there. Put it on the screen. Read that.
Idumea, Greek name of Edom.
So for you Christians that are unaware, Idumea and Edom is the same race, okay? Idumea is just the Greek pronunciation of Edom. That's all it is. That's all it is. Give me Zechariah 1:14-15. Zechariah.
Yes, sir. The book of Zechariah, chapter 1, verse 15.
14.
Verse 14. So the angel that communed with me said unto me, Cry thou, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with a great jealousy.
So Jerusalem and Zion is a people before it's a place. God is jealous for us. He didn't want nothing happening to us. Although he put us in slavery, he's still jealous for us. Read.
And I am very sore displeased with the heathen.
See that? The Lord said he's very sore displeased with the heathen. The word heathen means nations. Go ahead.
That are at ease.
The nations that are at ease are like the G8. Those 8 European nations like Britain, France, Germany, Russia, Spain, Greece. It's G8. I forgot who all is in there, but they're at ease. Go ahead.
I was a little displeased. I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
So God said he was but a little displeased, and they, meaning other nations, helped forward the affliction. They helped forward the affliction upon the Israelites. They didn't just stop with slavery. They went on, they instituted Jim Crow laws. Then when we got our own communities, they dropped dynamite on us, bombed us from here to kingdom come. They didn't want us to see or be successful. And knowing all that, that's why I get so annoyed with these black bourgeoisie. Can we put that on the screen? Captain Shema showed me this book this morning. Can you put that on the screen? And the black bourgeoisie, that's you blacks that make $1 million or more a year. Maybe two and up. What would you say, 2 million and up? It ain't you so 100,000 ain't nothing. But when you start making the millions, you fall under this black, I'm not saying the word right, bourgeoisie, nookers. Go on inside the book. And if you could chime in, Cap. Is that page 1? Okay, go ahead, read that.
Moreover, their larger incomes have enabled them to propagate false notions about their place in American life and to create a world of make-believe.
So black people with money have created a world of make-believe. In their world, there is no racism. What are y'all talking about? What's wrong with you? You could be something too. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. The hell is that's what they do. Right, we're not oppressed. What is wrong with you? There's no racism here. Didn't Lil Wayne said that? Yeah. I heard that Lil Wayne say that there's no racism. My fans is white. You'll show you, as long as you shucking and jiving, dancing a jig with Buckeyes across the stage, you make white folks laugh. Come on, go back.
Moreover, their larger incomes have enabled them to propagate false notions about their place in American life and to create a world of make-believe. It is to a description and analysis of this make-believe world in which the black bourgeoisie live that the second part of this study is devoted. So the black bourgeoisie, those millionaire black folks, and you have a lot of all of them in the entertainment field, whether they are actors, sports players, whatever, comedians, thank you. Did I say actors? Did I say boxers? What those politics.
Politics. They are part of the black bourgeoisie. They live in a world of make-believe. Next.
Okay. In escaping from identification with the masses.
They don't identify with the masses of black people. They don't identify with us. The hell is this? Go ahead.
The black bourgeoisie has attempted to identify with the white property classes.
They want to associate with white folks. That's their class. They say, oh, this is about classism. Oh, no, it's not about classism. If it was, why did you say it was about classism to our people at Black Wall Street? Tell them you didn't make enough money. Oh, that's why they bombed us, because we didn't make enough money? They was practically rich over there. Got bombed to hell and back. And Black Wall, there were many, not just one place. We focused on Tulsa, but there was some in North Carolina too. They bombed all of them. This is about classism. The hell is this? Go ahead.
Since this has been impossible, except in their minds.
In their own deluded minds. And that's why it's a lot of times some of y'all see an actor. Oh, look. They don't identify with you. They might smile at you. Who was that sister you met? You met somebody. You was all cheese. What's the singer's name? Is it Kelly Clarkson? Not Kelly Clarkson.
It was Kerry Hilson.
Kerry Hilson.
I was all cheese.
You were so happy. Whoa, look who I see right here. She don't identify with you, with you. Who raised you? I'm just messing. Yeah. Go ahead.
I put it back. Since this has been impossible, except in their minds, because of the racial barriers, Those identified with this class have attempted to act out their role in a world of
They
make-believe.
act out, I love that term. They act out their role in a world of make believe. It's a figment of their imagination. There's a movie called, it's where the aliens came and took all the black people off the earth. What's the name of that movie? That's the name of this movie. Y'all didn't know, anybody saw it? Not Chocolate Soup. It's an old movie back in the 80s. Something, I thought it was something soup. I could be wrong. Damn. Well, anyway, you had some generals in the a black general that was at the table in Washington, D.C., who helped orchestrate plans and things for the military. Very high up, very high up. What is it? Cosmic Slop. That's it. Cosmic Slop. Can you find it, Alicia? We ain't got to show it, but I just want to show the like the cover of the movie. It was by George Clinton, I believe. Is there a video part where they get taken? Is there a part? Well, anyway, the aliens came, which was supposed to be the angels. They said, they came down to Earth and said, we're going to take all the black people off the planet Earth. And all the black people that had white friends, they were like, but we don't want to go. We want to stay with you. And the white folks was like, they like step back. Put it on the screen real quick, Alicia. No, don't play it. Just skip through. I'm going to see if you see Benson. You know, y'all remember Benson?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, y'all see that right
Guillaume.
there? This is when the aliens are taking all the black people off the planet. Now, you had some mulatto blacks. Oh, there's something in this movie for y'all. Because you like to pass. I could pass for white. You not one of us. See, white folks smell Negro. They know you. You're not them. But my mama white. They don't give a damn. You got black blood and you get your black ass, your behind out of here. That's how they feel. They don't want no mulattoes and all that. But anyway, so Benson, who's high up in the military, he says, listen, I sure been good down here. I'm an asset to America. Y'all know that. They say, yeah, I'll call him Raheem. I forgot his name. He's, yeah, Raheem, you're very good. You've been very good. His wife, your wife, and we love y'all. But they all sold him out and make sure he got taken, his wife got taken, his kids got taken. Damn. And it was all I believe it was in exchange for technology. They got rid of all black people on the planet. Don't worry, we going. We are, when the Lord comes, we going. Get ready. Y'all get ready. So you bourgeoisie, that's right. Get a Lord a hand for that. We're going to be out of here. We're going to be out of here. But all them black bourgeoisie is going to be, no, we don't want to go. But it's a good movie when you get it. Oh, put that on the screen, Alicia. That part, don't play it. But wait, I want to see the family. That's his family. That's him, his daughter and son. And a wife, I believe, is even lighter complexion. So they're talking about that a little bit. When y'all get a chance, see this movie. It's good. It's a very good movie. Thank you, Alicia. Appreciate you. All right. Where was we at? The black bourgeoisie. Yeah, go back to that. The make-believe world of Negroes. Go ahead.
All right. In the world of make-believe, they have not taken over the patterns of behavior of the white-collar and professional white workers, but the values and, as far as possible, the patterns of behavior of wealthy whites.
Mm-hmm. That's what they take over, the pattern of behavior of wealth. I want y'all to think about that a second. They have taken over the patterns of behavior of wealthy whites. You see how wealthy whites, they look down on black folks? These black men and women who are wealthy do the same thing. But you notice they don't look down on poor white trash. It's only black people they look down on. Go ahead.
With their small earnings, their attempt to maintain the style of living of the white property classes has only emphasized the unreality of their way of life. Mm-hmm. Faith in the myth of Negro business, which symbolizes the power and
that's
status.
Like that last line you read, that's basically saying we are amazed at the wealth of Shaquille O'Neal and Michael Jordan, but the wealth of those who give them their checks is far beyond our imagination. So them trying to act like wealthy whites, they can't reach that far because they're not employing entire football teams. They're not employing entire baseball teams. They're not able to do that. So trying to reach that level, you're out of your mind. There's a difference. There's a difference between rich and wealthy, right?
Faith in the myth of Negro business, which symbolizes the power and status of white America, has been the main element in the world of make-believe that the black bourgeoisie has created.
Go ahead, next page. What's it so dark? You couldn't get the light right. Go ahead, read that.
As the system of rigid racial segregation has broken down, the black bourgeoisie has lost much of its feeling of racial solidarity with the Negro masses.
Y'all see that? And you know what? What's the name of that movie? I believe it was Trick Daddy, where they were all, white folks was all sitting at the table.
Trick Baby.
Trick Baby. Trick Baby. They said you got to separate the smarter and more six. Did I say Trick Daddy?
Yeah, you said Trick Daddy.
The hell is going on here? Okay. Where we at? Go back.
I'll read it again. As the system of rigid racial segregation has broken down, the black bourgeoisie has lost much of its feeling of racial solidarity with the Negro masses.
You see that? They don't relate to the Negro masses. Next page. And this is one evidence here.
The Garvey movement did not attract any support from the emerging black bourgeoisie.
Y'all see that? So a lot of times, brothers, even sisters, we look for those with wealth to assist us in this truth. You saw what happened to Nick Cannon. Right. They're not going to do it. They will support white folks before they support Negro masses. They will not do it. If Christ walked the earth, they'd spit on him and shun him too and turn their back on him. Okay? Hey, give me the video with McConnell. Watch this. So, but you said, yeah, I know what some of y'all thinking, but there's a black president. We had Barack Hussein Obama, the first black president. Really? He's part of the black bourgeoisie too. Go ahead, play that.
Were you aware that your great-great-grandfathers were slave owners in Alabama before the Civil War, and has that revelation caused you to change your position on reparations?
You know, I find myself once again in the same position as President Obama. We both oppose reparations, and we both are the descendants of slaveholders.
Did y'all hear what he said? And you would think Barack would come out and he ain't say nothing. Because if he went against, he said, let me pull out the records. Barack said, let me shut the hell up. He said, we're both against reparations and we both descend from slave owners. Yeah. Yeah, where the bomb at?
You know what he's saying? Barack Obama is not an Israelite. That's what he's saying. In other words, his father is Hamite. Just like today, some of you just vote for Kamala Harris. Her father is not Benjamin.
Right.
No. Her father is Elam, migrated to Jamaica. That do not make him a Benjamite.
Exactly. Give me the next video called Exclusive. Exclusive. Yes, that's it. Wait. How long is that video? Oh, no. Let's see the beginning of it. Dag, I didn't put a timestamp or nothing.
So as you
jump through. Go, play it. Let me hear it. We don't need that, Alicia. Get that. We don't need that. Yeah, right there.
Of racism. Isn't that great? So thank you, Yelp. We can certainly trust you now to get the truth. This is the cancel culture that we're living in. And if you don't toe the line, you're in trouble. Our kids now are being taught critical race theory, which means that you are inherently racist. You owned a slave even if you didn't own a slave. You wanted to own a slave. I believe that all men are created equal. I believe that no one should be held accountable for what their ancestors did. But that's not what the left is doing. That is not what the Democrats and Joe Biden and Harris are campaigning on. And everyone is too comfortable in the Democratic Party with this cancel culture. The entire country is canceled now
Go
because
over to
of our
6 minutes.
history.
Go over to 6 minutes. 6 minutes, please.
Do we have the graphic here? If you're watching Blaze TV, you can see the chart. There it is of 6 generations of Biden's family. Starting with Generation 1, the current candidate for president, Joe Robinette Biden Jr. Generation 2, Joe's father, Joe Robinette Biden Sr. And on to Generation 6, starting in the 1700s, Jesse Robinette, who was born in Maryland in 1776. Wow.
So he pulling out receipts on
great
Joe Biden. He got receipts on Jim Crow Joe. Go ahead.
thing to have, huh? Now, here's where it gets dicey. Let me show you the next document. This is from the U.S. Federal Census in 1820. Ninth up from the bottom list as the head of the household, Jesse Robinette, as in Joe Robinette Biden. This is Joe Biden's great-great-great-grandfather. Now, the left side of the form is the count of Jesse's family. But the right side shows something else. How many did Joseph Biden's family, how many slaves did they own? Well, Joe Biden's great-great-great-grandfather owned 12 slaves in 1820. 5 male slaves, ages 14 to 25. 2 male slaves, ages 26 to 44. 3 female slaves, ages 0 to 13. 1 female slave, aged 14 to 25. And 1 female slave, aged 45 plus. Now, according to this report, again, from a very respected genealogy firm that is trusted by both famous celebrities and politicians, Joe Biden's ancestors were slave owners. Now, with that little chunk of information, it kind of puts Joe's work with segregationists in a whole different context now, doesn't it? It adds a little more weight when Joe tells black people that they aren't black unless they vote for him.
What happened to the Negro, the little boy that started singing "We Are Free" because Joe Biden got elected in? We are free. See, black people are simple as hell. Simple. Give me the next video. Vortex. Give me Vortex. Here's your girl. Here's your girl. How long is this one? All right. We ain't going to look at all of it. Just jump through the... We don't need to see this part, Elisha. Come on. Yeah, start there. This guy look crazy as hell anyway. Look at this guy.
There's usually a solid reason for landing on that person. Either they can carry a state on election day, or they fill in a gap on the presidential nominee's resume, like in foreign policy, for example. So Biden's pick of Kamala Harris is proving to be quite weird, practically brain dead, in fact. First, she's from California, hardly a state that threatens to turn red, so no help there. And Kamala Harris has no real experience in anything significant other than screeching at and blasting and haranguing Brett Kavanaugh during his Supreme Court hearings. During her term in the U.S. Senate, she has sponsored no bills of import, but just signed on to the usual list of Marxist claptrap. While she was in California as Attorney General before that, in a far more friendly Marxist environment, she was able to beat back pro-lifers and advance the cause of same-sex marriage. She's been picked by Biden because she's a woman, and he was under intense pressure from Marxists to pick a black woman, which every single person on earth understands means African American, not just someone who doesn't have white skin. You know, descendants of slaves, grown up in poverty, victims of white privilege, all of that. But Kamala checks none of those boxes, not a single one. For starters, her father admits in an online biography seen here that he is descended from Irishmen, and his side of the family owned a plantation in Jamaica, complete with slaves. Yep. Slaves. You heard right. Kamala is a descendant of slave owners. Likewise, she has absolutely zero biological ties to the African American community. Boom. She is not descended from sharecroppers. Her ancestors were not kidnapped from Africa and chained in slave ship galleys and sold in markets. None of that applies to her. And that's just her father's side. Her mother's side is even less applicable to the whole question of racism aimed at blacks. Her mother's family is from Madras, India. Mom was a cancer researcher who met and married Kamala's father in Berkeley, California in the 1960s when they were working and studying together. A few years later, her parents divorced. Mom got a nice job at a Canadian university, and Kamala, with her younger sister, went to live with her mother, where she grew up in a racist-free environment in Montreal. Kamala has, in fact, had none of the usual experience of what everyone understands as the American black experience. She's Jamaican and Indian. At least Obama was half black. Kamala is no black, commonly understood. Likewise, to curry favor with the non-blacks when she was Attorney General of California, she pursued a vigorous anti-crime policy which massively drove up incarceration rates of young black men. That's something her running mate, Joe Biden, also did when he was in the U.S. Senate, the same man who also verbally opposed desegregation in schooling. Kamala actually ripped him on stage at the party's primary debates for being a racist.
You also worked with them to oppose busing. And, there was a little girl in California who was part of the second class to integrate her public schools. And she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me.
It's kind of curious, all this. A racist man who keeps insulting blacks with condescending comments, and a fake African-American woman who is not of African descent, but Jamaican and Indian, who will now march off together on a "blacks need to vote for us because we are woke" campaign, which will prove to be one of the most hypocritical shams in the history of U.S. politics.
Stop it right there.
Likewise,
so give me the next one. Watch this. Show you how the Democrats run this whole thing. Give me the Time magazine. Time magazine. Go down, go down. See that? Go raise it up. Person of the year. Raise it up. They got them as they have not even sat in office yet. And they're Time magazine's how could you do? How does that happen? Don't you have to do something? They haven't gotten office yet. Play the video at the top. This is the most deceptive campaign ever.
California for a possible sailor overboard. Navy officials say a lookout on the USS Theodore Roosevelt spotted what may have been a person in the water. That initiated a search. Ship Command later discovered one sailor was missing during a roll call. The ship
Skip through it. I thought it was with Kamala Harris. Skip through it. Let me see something. All right, right there. Go back a little bit. Right there.
Magazine's Person of the Year. We revealed the nominees yesterday on Today. And this morning, we can tell you who the winner is. It is President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. Time says every elected president since FDR has been Person of the Year at some point, but this is the first time the publication has also bestowed the honor to a vice president. Times editor-in-chief says the pair was chosen for sharing a vision of healing in a grieving world.
Turning now to the NFL.
Haven't even sat in the White House yet, in the seat as president yet. How do you qualify? This is crazy. Give me Isaiah 30.
You know what's so crazy about this? When they were debating, you show you how Kamala come against them. Now he went, now he picked her. That's showing you they're the same, they believe in the same thing. They're liars, they all believe in the same thing. Oppress and suppress the Negroes. Same thing.
Isaiah 30, verse 1.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
Right, when it says, but not of me, meaning not according to the Bible. Our people don't take the counsel written in the Bible. They take the counsel they see on TV. Go ahead.
And that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
The spirit they got, our people got is not the spirit of the Holy Spirit. It's the spirit of the world. Go ahead.
That they may add sin to sin.
When these two got elected, didn't you see black people and brown people running up and down the street, singing "We Shall Overcome" and all this crap, hoopla, kumbaya, and up, shucking and jiving, happy for two descendants of slave owners. Our people simple as the black people are a phenomena. Jump down to verse 5, please.
Isaiah 30, verse 5. They were all ashamed of a people that could not profit them.
Our people's going to be very ashamed because these people cannot profit us. America cannot profit us. Go ahead.
Nor being help, nor profit, but a shame, and also a reproach.
We're going to find out that America's nothing but a shame to black people and brown people and a reproach to us. This is what God has prophesied in his word. Jump down to verse 12.
Verse 12. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word.
Our people, black and brown people, Latinos, we despise the Bible. Sure, you might go to church and hold a Bible, but you don't read the Bible because you despise the Bible. Go ahead.
And trust in oppression.
What is the oppression our people trust in? Democracy. Politics our people trust in. You get two descendants of slave owners and our people jumping for joy. Like when Obama became president, black people saying, he's our Moses. How in the hell is he our Moses and we still here? Moses gave us an exodus from oppression. Obama did an interview with, what's his name, Charlemagne from,
yes,
and they asked him, what have you done for black people? He says, well, we got jobs. He said, no, what have you done specifically for black people? You hear crickets. Crickets, because there's no legislation strictly for us. Even our voting rights ends in 2031. That's in like 11 more years. No more right to vote, Negroes. Simple as hell. Read that again.
Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon.
Right, we trust in oppression and perverseness. That perversion goes with those laws that they enact for same-sex marriages, those laws of you can sex whoever you want to have sex with. And you know what? I see that in Israel too. You see that perverseness? That's you men and women who backdoor grinding. And then when you realize that marriage is a failed marriage because you didn't vet the person, you didn't prove them, now I want to get divorced. Divorced. Yes, I said divorced. Because that's what they want to do. Y'all got to go. Y'all have to go. People like y'all, you are no good to yourself or the nation or God for that matter. You're no good. Because we warn you, don't backdoor sex each other. It's perverseness, but you do it anyway. Then you get married and you argue, which we know you're going to argue because it was backdoors built on lust. Now you're fighting. You want to come up to the table. No, you go over there to the bias. We want to get divorced. Well, take your black ass you behind his house. T.D. Jakes is around the corner. Okay? You got other Israelite camps that will accept you, sisters. You can be second wife, third hoe, second hoe, fourth hoe. Go! Take your ass you behind back. Because this is not for you. This truth is not for you. And it's not because I said so, it's through your actions, Give me Isaiah 8:9. I'll tell you, bro, some of y'all got you got a little piece of something, y'all better get a prenup. I'm telling you now. And if she don't want to sign it, she ain't for you. She want to know how much you make, what you got. Now she want to marry you. Yesterday she said you look like buckwheat. But now today she want to marry you. The hell is this? Read that.
Isaiah chapter 8, verse 9. Associate yourselves, O ye people, and ye shall be broken in pieces.
You associate yourselves with the American dream. You associate yourselves with the establishment of white society, like the bourgeoisies have done. Hey, real quick, find me that scripture in 1 Maccabees chapter 1, where some of our people said, let's make a covenant with the heathen, for since we left from them, something like that.
Yeah, I got you.
It's in 1 Maccabees chapter 1, I believe. Yes, we come right back here.
The book of 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
Hear that? In those days went there out of Israel wicked men. What did these wicked men do?
Who persuaded many.
They persuaded many Israelites to do what?
Saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
Let's make an agreement with white America. Let's make an agreement with them. Let's be part of their political system. Let's be part of their religious system. Let's be the bourgeoisie. Go ahead.
Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Yeah, we've been struggling since we left white man. They wanted to, and that is what I'm saying, white man, it is what it's talking about. It was the Greeks. We wanted to be part of Greek societies just like today. We want to assimilate to be part of American society. What was true in the past that we're reading about in Maccabees is true today. Let's go back to Isaiah 8. Was there more to that?
That was it, Bishop.
Okay. Back to Isaiah 8 and 9.
Isaiah chapter 8, verse 9. Associate yourselves, O ye people, and ye shall be broken in pieces.
So if you decide you want to associate yourselves with the politics and religions of this society, the Bible prophesies you shall be broken in pieces. Go ahead.
And give ear, all ye of far countries.
And give ear, all ye of far countries, because our people come from far countries want to do the same thing. Go ahead.
Gird yourselves, and ye shall be broken in pieces.
You gird yourselves with their philosophies. I'm going to gird myself up with the democracy. That's what I want. Democracy. There was a video on YouTube asking, can IUIC help establish democracy in, was it Uganda? One of those African countries. Might have been a part of Nigeria. I can't remember off the top. But the title said, can IUIC come and establish democracy in whichever African country? I forgot what it was. But Captain Isaac, if you know the video name, send it to me. Can you see that?
No. What did it say? IUIC and other organizations should come to our,
aid.
Our aid.
Togolese in Nigeria protest at ECOWAS. When you look at the video, the whole thing's about they want democracy. IUIC, our job is not to go to these countries and establish any form of democracy. Our job, but they saw when we came there, they saw the fire. They saw the Holy Ghost coming down. They said, these guys right here, these guys, they can help us. No, we're not those guys to help you. We ain't established, our job is not to establish no democracy. Our job is to preach and teach the gospel. That's it. We are to teach God's laws, his sets of laws regarding civil laws, dietary law, moral laws. The moral laws, some of y'all don't like that thing. Okay? And ceremonial laws. Read on.
Gird yourselves, and ye shall be broken in pieces. Gird yourselves, and ye shall be broken in pieces.
So it keeps saying, gird yourselves up with what you've associated yourselves with, meaning white society. You're going to be broken in pieces. Read.
Take counsel together, and it shall come to naught.
It don't matter if you take, I took a counsel with a white man. We sat down, we had a good talk. It don't mean a hill of beans. Read that part again.
Take counsel together, and it shall come to naught.
Just like those broke bum brothers that was with us and joined with the SPLC. We're going to take counsel with white man to overthrow God's army. Or you are fighting a losing battle. You ain't overthrowing God's army. It ain't happening. Go ahead.
Speak the word, and it shall not stand.
Speak the word, and it shall not stand. Go ahead.
For God.
You know there's an idiot in another camp. It just popped in my mind. We go to Africa to teach. The bum, fat, Jamaican, dumb brother goes from another camp, not us, follows us to the camp, and guess what he does? You would think they would set up a congregation. He's looking for IUIC rejects that we threw out. Brother, what happened in IUIC? Tell me to do it. But tell me, man. You want to know. That's not of the Lord. That is not of the Lord. Any camp that rolls in that spirit is of Satan. You're not of God. You're not. That's satanic. Because remember when the Apostle Paul, find me that scripture where Paul said he followed the teachers of Christ to strange cities. Find me that. I'm going to show you how wicked these people are. And it's not just one camp. Soon as you hear Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, you got to start going, aha. 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 Find me that scripture. Now, I'm not saying all camps that say Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatha is of the devil, but the majority of them are. Where are we going?
Acts 26, verse 11.
You read that. Watch this.
Acts chapter 26 and verse 11.
Listen good.
And I punished them oft in every synagogue.
Paul said when he was Saul, he said he punished them often in every synagogue. Go ahead. And you'll see it today. They'll do video after video on us. Particularly me, not getting on ASAP, but mainly me. Go ahead.
And compelled them to blaspheme.
And compel them to blaspheme. Go ahead.
and being exceedingly mad against them,
and being exceedingly mad against the true followers of Christ,
I persecuted them, even unto strange cities.
He persecuted them even unto strange cities. You think we go to a strange city in another country on the other side of the world, these Negroes will follow and interview people that we put out for adultery or whatever we put them out for. I want to interview you, man. Yeah. So they use the money that the congregation gets to follow us and look for who we threw out. And they find them on Facebook first. Oh, you used to be with IUIC. They threw you out? Okay, man. We're going to get some money and go find you. The hell is this?
This has to stop. You have to stop IUIC.
This is some evil. This is some evil stuff. And all of y'all that support them, shame is coming. Shame. Go ahead.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.